Good evening, I'm Bill Ratliff.
And I'm Bob Hite. The jury sees the now famous videotapes at Anthony LaPorte's trial. What was the reaction to them? We'll have that story.
This air conditioner runs all day long, but the coolest it gets inside this trailer during the day is 85 degrees. A report from 8 on your side, coming up.
If the Florida Clean Air Act has inspired you to stop smoking, maybe music will help. I'm Irene Mayer. I'll have that story coming up.
Join us for these stories and more next on Newswatch 8.
Now from Blue Cross and Blue Shield, the state's leading health insurer, it's Health Options. Health Options is a healthy alternative to traditional health insurance. The quality, affordable HMO answer. And Health Options is the only HMO backed by the strength of Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Florida, working together for your health around the state, around the nation. Become part of it. Blue Cross and Blue Shield. Health Options and you, together in health.
It's written in cement. Scotty's gigantic sidewalk sale is this Friday and Saturday. Hurry to the home improvement sale. It'll save you bundles at your nearby Scotty's this Friday and Saturday. Come in and register to win this new 1986 Jeep Cherokee Chief this weekend at your nearby Scotty's. No purchase necessary. Don't miss the riding on the sidewalk. Hurry to Scotty's gigantic sidewalk sale and save.
The helping hand that saves you money, Scotty's.
Would the Big E ask your friends and neighbors about delivering a wider array of financial services? You bet we would.
We got our mortgage at the bank. Why not homeowners insurance?
I have a bank IRA. What about other tax-deferred options?
Thanks to comments like these, we invited experts in real estate, insurance, and investments into our branches through Moneyplex. When it comes to designing a better bank, we talk to you, one expert to another.
You're watching WXFL TV8, Tampa, St. Petersburg. This is Newswatch 8 at 6.
Good evening. He photographed things people do in private. That's the reaction of a young model when she found out Tony LaPorte had allegedly videotaped her changing outfits at his modeling studio last year.
LaPorte is on trial in Hillsborough County, charged with fraud, child abuse, and intercepting oral communications. Newswatch 8's Rob North is at the courthouse right now. Rob, has the jury had a chance to see any of those tapes so far?
Yes, the jury began viewing those tapes today and hearing testimony from more than a half-dozen young women whose faces and bodies are recorded on those tapes.
One of them is 23-year-old fashion model Cindy Boyd. Last fall, she agreed to do this audition tape at LaPorte's Temple Terrace studio. But Boyd says she had no idea LaPorte secretly left the camera running while she changed into different outfits.
I did not know I was being taped, and I was brushing my hair and tugging on my bathing suit and things that you don't want people to see, things you do in private.
Prosecutors are showing the jury tapes of 7 young women LaPorte allegedly recorded changing during these sessions. The tapes include 18-year-old Bridget Samet, the young woman who blew the whistle on LaPorte. On the tape, you can see the very moment Samet spotted the tape machine running and figured out what was going on.
I looked over, and the play and the record was on, the tape was moving. I looked over to the side where the camera is. There was a red light blinking on and off, and anyone in their right mind could realize that if a tape is moving and play and record is pressed and the camera's on, that you're being taped.
LaPorte's lawyer has been cross-examining all the witnesses. He was particularly tough on Samet's mother, who at one time apparently demanded LaPorte pay $1 million damage claim.
But I did not try to get $1 million from him. I was just trying to put him in jail for what he did.
LaPorte's lawyer also wanted to know whether the girls knew their voices were being recorded, and that's critical, because 5 of the 7 counts against LaPorte concern recording sound and not pictures. Gentlemen?
Okay, Rob, thank you.
The NAACP is offering to help a Manatee County fugitive give himself up so that he won't be hurt. A highway patrol plane crashed October 2nd, killing Trooper John Baxter. He had been searching for 2 suspects in area convenience store robberies. One has since given himself up, but Charles McGee is reported fearful for his life, and relatives and friends fear there will be violence if the police find him. NAACP spokesman Ken Rogers hopes he can persuade McGee to come to them so that he can turn himself in without harm to himself or anybody else.
We think with all of us working together, there's a possibility that there will be minimal violence. If we can arrange to bring Mr. McGee in under our auspices or any other organization's auspices.
The other suspect car, Bing, turned himself in last week with the NAACP. A Florida death row inmate convicted of killing a Lakeland furniture store owner 12 years ago is facing an indefinite stay of execution tonight. The U.S. Supreme Court today rejected an attempt by state prosecutors to set aside the stay of convicted murderer Willie Darden. Darden was to have been executed on September 3rd.
Last week, our Newswatch 8 team report on the Laurel Park housing project pointed out the nearly inhumane conditions there. But at least $500,000 in help is on the way to Laurel Park tonight. The money was approved by a committee of the St. Petersburg City Council this afternoon. Newswatch 8's Frank Ahern reports that city officials stepped in when promises of federal help did not materialize.
Councilman David Welch first brought conditions at Laurel Park to the City Council's attention. Today, he proposed a solution. This after Congressman Bill Young, who toured the project last week, said he has not yet found the federal money to help. The residents complain that the rats, roaches, and leaky ceilings they must live with won't wait. So Welch told the City Council Housing Subcommittee that the time to act is now.
Now we have to face that we do have an emergency in housing in St. Petersburg, and we need to address that problem.
Welch's plan, which still must be approved by the full City Council, would take $421,000 of unspent community development grants from 1984, combined with $100,000 from this year's budget, to get emergency repairs underway. Housing Authority Director Ed White says the money will go a long way toward making Laurel Park a safe and healthy place. One beneficial side effect of this whole Laurel Park controversy may be better communications between the Housing Authority and the City Council, because Mr. White has agreed to begin making monthly reports to the City Council about other problems he's experiencing, and so situations like Laurel Park won't sneak up on city leaders again. Frank Ahern, Newswatch 8, St. Petersburg.
The deadly disease citrus canker has been found in the heart of Florida's citrus belt for the very first time. As a result, more than 1 million trees will have to be destroyed. The canker was confirmed at the 46-acre Pokey Citrus Nursery near Tangerine in northwest Orange County. It's the 16th commercial nursery found infected by the disease since the outbreak began in August of 1984. And if the canker problem wasn't enough of a blow to the citrus industry, there's new concern that the black Parlotoria insect could be. The minute insect has been found in the Miami area. It's capable of harming or destroying citrus trees. Agriculture teams discovered the bug during a door-to-door search for canker. This is the first time it's been found in the United States. The tiny black bug has been a serious problem in foreign countries, and the pest is resistant to many pesticides and difficult to eradicate.
Fort Myers narcotics agents tonight are unloading a boat carrying more than 40,000 pounds of confiscated marijuana. The drugs were seized today off the coast of Sanibel Island. Police say Fort Myers Coast Guard, acting on a tip, had been watching the boat for almost 4 years. 5 people were arrested. 4 of the 5 are from Florida. St. Petersburg Beach is considering changes in its laws to make buildings safer from fire. After this fire, which destroyed the Hideaway Sands condominium, the fire department accused the city of having weak fire codes. It's asked the City Council to pass a resolution tonight requiring all buildings over 24 feet or 2 stories to have a sprinkler system. Even if council passes the tougher fire codes tonight, approval will still be needed by the City Construction Licensing Board. Up next on Newswatch 8, 8 on your side, reporter Steve Overton helps a man whose mobile homes turned into a mobile headache.
And later in this newscast, we'll show you a couple of ways to send a bad habit up in smoke.
The black Cadillac, please. Right away, sir.
Excuse me. I believe that's my Buick.
Today, it's not easy to distinguish yourself from the crowd.
This my Cadillac? No, it's an Oldsmobile. I think.
The Lincoln Town Car, please. Yes, sir.
But the Lincoln Town Car stands apart. And whether you choose it for its unparalleled spaciousness or graceful ride, you'll know there's nothing like a Lincoln.
See your Southeastern Lincoln Mercury Mercour dealer.
We've been working hard at finding the answers to healthcare costs going out of sight. The people at Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Florida have worked and negotiated with Florida's physicians and hospitals, worked with the hard numbers that don't want to change, researched, tested, and drawn up 6 new programs that control or cut up to 20% of health insurance costs and still deliver the quality coverage you're accustomed to. And we're not finished. We hear you, and we are working on the answers.
A lot of bankers are being shipped out of state these days. That's because many Florida banks are being bought out and now have to answer to head offices in Georgia, New York, even California. Not Barnett. We've stayed home and now have more offices offering more services than ever before. You see, Barnett has to answer to people too. The people right here in Florida. After all, Barnett is Florida's bank.
From the outside, this probably looks like an ordinary furniture store. But step inside, and you'll find a wonderful world of contemporary furniture. This is Warehouse Imports, and we've got your style, Tampa Bay. Glove soft leather sofas from Italy. Teak, rosewood, and oak wall units. We have timeless Danish bedrooms. And Italian lacquer dining rooms, and much more. So come on in, Tampa Bay, because we've got the prices you've been looking for.